Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for August the 6th, 2024. On this Tuesday edition, we're going to get into Tropical Storm Debby and what's left of it, and we're also going to be getting into the current weather for the hazards for the lower 48 states. But currently, we're just looking at the National Weather Service radar for the lower 48, and you can see Debby down there spinning, creating a lot of rain for Charleston, Savannah, Georgetown, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and inland and upstate, and the Columbia, South Carolina as well, and North Carolina as well. But you can see that the frontal boundary up here up to north is producing some showers, and some of these storms may be strong in the central Pennsylvania, Harrisburg to Pittsburgh, and back towards Cleveland. There was a tornado warning earlier for Cuyahoga County, south of Cleveland, and Portage County. Those storms are producing from a frontal boundary here, are producing storms that are going to continue to impact those areas in the upper Midwest and the Northeast through tonight, 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. tonight. Out west is general garden variety showers associated with the monsoonal flow, helping to break the heat north of Phoenix and Flagstaff in the Four Corners region and Denver, Salt Lake, up to Wyoming and Montana. Some showers briefly out there. Elsewhere, it's just heat that's dominating the rest of the country as well. Now, looking at National Weather Service hazards here, you can see the heat warnings are in effect for the lower south and the mid-south here in the mid-Mississippi Valley here in orange here, denoted in orange. And if you're coming through I-20 from Dallas-Fort Worth through Texarkana to Shreveport, on into Jackson, Mississippi, and on back in towards Birmingham, be advised that it's hot down to New Orleans, anywhere along those areas there, as well as in Oklahoma on 44 from Oklahoma to Norman to Tulsa to Enid, Oklahoma. Out those areas is hot, and in the Panhandle of Texas as well. Fort Stockton, Marfa, those areas is hot down there as well, east of El Paso. Heat advisories in pink, excessive heat warnings out here in the high and low deserts of California and the Grand Canyon Rim Country. Las Vegas is included in that as well. So it's been hot in those areas as well, and that's going to continue throughout the next couple of days here as well. We do have those severe thunderstorm watches and warnings, like I said, in most of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, as well as flood watches in effect for Long Island, New York, and Connecticut, the tri-state, down to the Delmarva area and Mid-Atlantic area as well, of course, dealing with the Debby warnings. Now, going to Debby right now is still a 40-mile-an-hour tropical storm as of the latest 5 p.m. advisory. Pressure's up to 999 millibars. It's moving east-northeast at 3 knots or 3 miles an hour, so it's nearly stationary right now. But part of it is forecast to go back over water and then come back in, according to the GFS and Euro models. That's what's going to happen. Now, we do have another area of interest here that's given only a 30% chance of development through 7 days. This is looking like it's heading towards Central America, towards the gyre here. So anybody from interested, Panama, Belize, Nicaragua, and Honduras should be looking out for this system in the next 7 days here. There's disturbance in the lower Caribbean basin. It's kind of a further south latitude than what we've seen with Barrow and the other one that came through here. This is a further south latitude here, so something to look out for. Debby will continue to provide those rainfall here. You can see the graphic hadn't changed much here. It's just going to provide those central North Carolina, the Piedmont, coming up on Friday. Be looking out. So anybody coming through Greensboro, the Piedmont area, High Point, be very careful, and heading up into Danville, Virginia, and up into central Virginia, Richmond, Charlottesville area, and into the Shenandoah Valley on Friday afternoon and Saturday. Be very careful. Heavy rain could be falling there, 3 to 4 inches possible there for the majority of those places. And then finally, we should be getting rid of Debby by late Sunday afternoon as it makes its way into the Canadian Maritimes. But in the meantime, it's going to provide that heavy rainfall. You've seen rainfall estimates have come down a bit. I mean, they're down to about maximum a foot of rain possible here for North Myrtle Beach, Georgetown, Charleston, and up to Wilmington and Jacksonville and those areas down there, and New Bern and those areas in southeastern North Carolina. Otherwise, if you're in the yellow, 4 inches of rain are possible, like I said, up in the Shenandoah Valley, the Piedmont, North Carolina, and into central Pennsylvania. And that's going to be associated as it merges with that frontal stationary front later on Friday, Saturday. So that's what we're looking for, just rain. Some of it's beneficial rain that helps with the drought. You can see that the tropical storm force wind field is still there along most of South Carolina, and then extending almost to I-95 there in South Carolina, and then coming in 40 in Wilmington, the tropical storm. Most of the tropical storm winds are offshore, though, as you can see, the system is very lopsided here, and that's what we have here going on with it. Looking at the Atlantic combo here, you can see that most of the Pacific is very active. We had 2 storms merge, a Fujiwara effect there. 2 storms merged there. Tropical storm Amelia and Fabio kind of merged there, right there. You can see it. Fujiwara effect is what they call it. Fancy name for 2 storms merging or phasing together there. Or they can kind of dance around each other there. Pacific is been very active. We can expect that to continue in the next coming weeks as well. Gulf of Mexico is dead quiet, as you can see. Just warm surface water temperatures there after Debby made its landfall as a Cat 1 near Steenhatchee and Horseshoe Beach water yesterday. And the Caribbean is dead quiet. Some showers in western Jamaica, so in Montego Bay, in those areas, be careful. Some showers hanging out by Little Cayman Island and eastern Cuba, as well as some showers over Hispaniola, western Dominican Republic there, Samana, and over toward Haiti, some showers there as well. There's some showers extending once again in that area, that gyre area there, extending into Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and Honduras. So be very careful in Central America to cause mudslides or showers or produce some heavy rains. And out in the deep eastern Atlantic, we have a few waves that are coming through, but still the Saharan dust layer is phasing through, and so they have no chances of development through the next 3-4 days there at all for the far eastern Cape Verde Atlantic there. Quiet around Bermuda as well. In the eastern, the Bermuda High is in firm control, and that is what was blocking Debby and from moving northward, having steering currents effects from Debby. So that's what's going on here in your local weather. Thank you for joining me on the Weather Guru. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel for the latest updates, tropical and or otherwise, for the lower 48 states. I appreciate your support.